Hello and welcome. All you need for today's practice is a blanket if you like to use it for extra support under your knees when you're on your hands and knees, and access to a wall just for one pose at the very end. Okay, and we'll begin by lying on our back. So once you're comfortable on your back, you can either bend your knees or stretch the legs out long, see what feels better. And already just by lying on our back, our spine is more naturally aligned. And feel the connection of your back body resting down on the mat in that natural alignment for a moment. And then go ahead and stretch your arms up past your ears. And this brings some natural extension to the spine, which is just a very light back bend, just by reaching our arms up past our ears. Now, when you're up here, don't let the ribs pop up off the floor. Think of gently drawing the ribs down and in. And then let's take a big breath in here. And on your breath out, bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms back up, stretch up through the fingertips. Exhale, back down. 2 more like that, breathing in to stretch. Breathing out to lower. And then this time, breathe in, stretch your arms up. And as you breathe out, bring both knees up into your chest and take your hands on your knee joints and start to guide them around in circles. Now we're getting movement through the hips here, so it's like you're moving your knees away and then back together. And then actually you can rest your arms and just let the legs go on their own if you'd like. It'll give you a little more freedom of movement. Go in the other direction and really try to go as big as you can with the circles. And the next time your knees come into the chest, you can hug them in again and then rock on up, and we'll transition to hands and knees. So once you're in our tabletop position, joints stacked, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, I actually want you to drop down into the shoulders and then press back up. So it's like you are letting that area between your shoulder blades kind of hang loose, and then press back up strongly, lifting up out of your joints. And try to keep the movement isolated just in that upper back area. And this is all about shoulder mobility. Now, you can keep doing this, or if you can find it, we're going to move in circles through the upper back. And this can be harder to find at first, so just do what you can. It's just what we just did with the dropping down in and pressing up. You're just moving around in a circular motion. So good for shoulder mobility. And then try to go the other direction. It's okay if you're not doing this perfect. Just do what you can. Move in any way you can. And then find a nice neutral spine. Keep that action of pressing up away from the floor. Now, extend your left leg back behind you. Go ahead and point your toe. And then lift the leg up a little higher than parallel to the floor. Open the chest so it's almost like you're in the cow version of cat-cow, that opening, that arching up through the front of the body. Take a breath in. And then on your breath out, draw the knee in towards your chest like you're trying to touch your nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, kick that leg back, open the heart. Exhale, curl in strongly and squeeze. 2 more, breathe in and open. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now this time when you extend the leg out, go ahead and drop that toe back down to the mat. And we're gonna turn to the side here. So to do that, I like to take my right foot and turn it to the side, to the right, like a little kickstand of support. And then make sure your right palm and your right knee are in line, give or take. And then turn your body to the left, stretch your left arm up to the sky, active through the fingertips. And then if you're able, lift this top leg. And if that's not gonna work for you today, just do what you can. Maybe keep it down and just work on lifting the leg. Think of lifting up through the heel so we can activate the outer hips. And then you can stay here, or you have an option of bending the top knee, reaching the left arm around, taking hold of the foot, and then kicking the foot into the hand as you open the heart. Breathe here into the front of the body. This is just a great counter posture for sitting, for all the sitting that we do. So feel that opening through the whole front of the body. And then release the foot, come back through your leg lift here, and then everything down to tabletop. And let's give our wrists a little break. So you can either sit back into child's pose, or you can just sit back on your heels here and move through your wrists and fingers before we do the other side. Okay, come back to your hands and knees when you're ready. And if your wrists really don't like this at all, you can always come up on your fists here, which takes that deep angle out of your wrists. Okay, the right leg extends back. Go ahead and point the toe, square your hip a little bit, and then kick that leg up a little higher than parallel. So what this is doing is getting hip extension, which is just a nice opening through the front of the hip. Open the heart, take a breath in, and then curl in strongly on your exhale. Inhale, kick that leg back. Exhale, curl in strongly. 2 more like that. And then next time your leg kicks back behind you, drop that toe down on the ground. Turn the left foot a little bit to the left for your kickstand of support. Your left hand in line with your knee. And then slowly turn your body to the right. First, think of lifting out of your left hip and your left shoulder. So we have a lot of support in our joints. And then maybe activate the outer hip by lifting that top leg. Think of lifting up through the heel, reaching up through your fingertips, checking in with your breath. And then you can stay here, or you can bend your top knee, reach around with an open shoulder, so external rotation, to take hold of the foot. Kicking the foot into the hand actively. And then if you took this variation, slowly release, come back through your leg lift, and then everything down. Rest for a moment, child's pose or whatever position you'd like to take. Draw yourself up to hands and knees and set up for downward facing dog. Lots of space between your hands. Squeeze an imaginary beach ball between your upper arms. Tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. Get that length in your spine first by maybe softening your knees, sending your tailbone up a little higher, and actively pressing your hands into the floor to send those hips up and back. And then let's step up to our hands. Take as many steps as it takes. Toe heel your feet out a little wider than hip distance and reach your hands for opposite elbows. Soften the knees. I like a generous bend in the knees, and then let your upper body hang heavy. Shaking out any tension in your neck and shoulders. So you can nod your head yes, shake it no. And then if it feels good, start to sway your upper body side to side, letting gravity do its work. Like all your tension is just melting out of your upper body. All that tension that builds up during a day of sitting, of being in front of our computers or crafting or whatever it is we like to do, maybe just looking at our phone too much. Release your arms down to the floor. Toe heel your feet back into about hip distance with the toes straight ahead. Now ground through your feet. I call this foot to core connection, where you're really stretching the mat out between your feet, finding some activation up through your legs all the way up to your core, and then roll up to stand slowly. We're going to find mountain pose when we come up. Let your head be the last thing that comes up and stacks on top of your spine. Lengthen your tailbone down to the heels. We still have that foot to core activation. Think of leaning back with your whole body just about half an inch. The back of the neck is long, the shoulders are soft. And then on your next breath in, sweep your arms out and up. And then on your breath out, take your hands to heart center and sit down and back into Utkatasana, chair pose. Send your hips back, back, back. Ground through the feet, and then take your arms into strong T's. Now with our strong T's, we want to hug muscle to bone around the arms. And then press the arms back just slightly, just enough to activate the muscles in your back. Okay, continue to squat down a little deeper. So this is basically turning on all the muscles in our body that like to fall asleep and get a little lazy when we sit too much. And to get a little more glute activation, because our glutes really get sleepy when we sit. Further back into the heels, and think of trying to swivel your heels outward without moving them, and see if you can get the glutes to fire a little bit. Okay, we've been here long enough. Go ahead and straighten your legs, reach up to the sky, big breath in, and then bring your hands down to heart center. As you breathe out, drop the shoulders down. Breathe low in your belly, and just check in for a moment. From here, walk out your feet pretty wide with the toes straight ahead. And then open your arms into strong T's with the thumbs up. Feel your shoulder blades active down your back, the back of the neck long. Now all you're going to do from this position is turn your right toes to the right and then bend your front knee so you're in warrior two. Now if this feels too deep of a stance, there's too much space between your feet here, you can walk in that back foot a little bit. See what feels right, but maybe try, explore a little deeper of a stance than you're used to if it still feels good in your body. So our thumbs are up today to keep the shoulders nice and open, counteracting this rounded shoulder position that we tend to rest in so much, especially when we sit. And then what we're going to do here, it's very simple. From this position with the knee bent and the knee is moving out towards the little toe side, we're lifting our heart, pressing the arms back just an inch or so, taking a breath in, and then straightening our front leg as our palms press together in front of us. Good. Let's inhale as we open into our warrior, and exhale, palms touch. Your head follows your right hand. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring it back to center. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do one more. Breathe in and hold. Feel your strength. Stretch the mat out between your feet. Lift up through the chest and then reverse your warrior here. Into this nice side bend, opening up the side of your body. Come back through your warrior. Good, let's give our arms a little bit of a break here. Take your hands to your hips, turn the right toe in, and then simply circle your shoulders back for a moment before we do the other side. Stretch your arms back out into those strong T's, hugging muscle to bone. Turn your left toe to the left. And then let's find our warrior two. Make any adjustments you would like to make here with your alignment, your stance. This front knee opens actively out to the little toe, side of the foot, lifting up through the chest, and then straighten your front leg, press your palms together. And then as you inhale, we're opening our arms, bending the knee. Exhale, straighten and press. Inhale to open. exhale, inhale. Let's do one more, exhale. And then this time when we open out, let's hold. Ground through the feet, feel your strength here, your entire body, not just your legs. And then reverse your warrior, left arm up and back, big breath in. Breath out, back to your warrior two, hands on your hips. Turn that toe back forward. We're still very wide here with our feet parallel. Reach your arms back behind you. We're going to take a chest expansion to open up the front of the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift up through the heart, and lift your fists up behind you just a little bit. And if your shoulders don't like this, you can release your hands and just do airplane arms as you press your arms back and lift the gaze. Okay, take one more big breath in here, and then bend your knees and hinge from the hips forward, leading with the chest all the way down into a forward fold. And the fists can gently reach up behind you. Now, if you feel good here and your back feels good, you can straighten your legs a little more and breathe as we hang in this forward fold. On your next exhale, release your hands down to the floor, shake out any tension that built up. And we'll simply come down to the ground from here. So however you'd like to do that, I'm toe heeling my feet in, coming down to a squat. And this is where we need to find access to a wall. Otherwise, you can just rest in Shavasana, any comfortable position you would like. But I'm going to come over here to the wall. This is one of my favorite things to do for your posture to counteract a bunch of sitting. Make your way over to the wall, and you're welcome to use a blanket under your head, under your hips, whatever's comfortable for you. Scoot up pretty close to the wall, and then come to lie down on your back facing the wall. And then all you're going to do is straighten your legs up and rest them on the wall. Now, if you feel like you're too far away, you can inch in closer. You can bring a little bend to the knees if it's too much for your hamstrings, the back of the legs, if you're pretty tight there, or scoot yourself further away from the wall. You don't want it to feel forceful. You want yourself to be able to relax here and let yourself settle into this position. Now, when you're all situated here, open your arms out into cactus arms or 90-degree angles, resting the back of your shoulders, the back of the arms on the floor. And really just let yourself rest in this position, melt into this position. With no more effort, letting your body just naturally open up now, without any kind of force. Letting the breath flow smoothly in and out like a wave of relaxation through your body. We're letting our body settle here and get used to this position like it's the most natural thing in the world. We're naturally aligned. Our body is free and open, and our nervous system can regulate here. Let gravity do its job and just sink down into the floor. And you're welcome to stay here and rest in this position for as long as you like. But if you're ready to come out, bring your knees up into your chest. You can hug in for a moment, maybe rock side to side. And then roll on over to one side. Press yourself up to a seat. Bring your hands together, touching in front of your heart. Feel the effects of your practice today. Acknowledge yourself for showing up, getting on your mat, and taking care of your body and your mind. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this practice, then you'll love my free 7-day Yoga for Posture challenge. Each day we explore simple ways to move with more freedom, feel lighter in your body, and of course, improve your posture. You can sign up to join us for free by going to yogaforposturechallenge.com or just click the link down in the description.